This is a fast guide for doing the fate of the Morningstar Tall Tale in Sea of Thieves. To begin, you can die and head to the Ferryman, where you'll find the Tall Tale book here. However, I instead recommend that you dive to the location by voting for the Tall Tale on your quest table. Doing this, the Ferryman will spawn at the front of your ship, and it will even bring you to the first island that you need to go to. The two islands that this first island could be at are either Marauder's Arch or Kraken's Fall. If you have Marauder's Arch, head to this spot, which is at the very top of the island, and once you're here, dig in front of the big stone and tree to find the sarcophagus. And inside you can retrieve the enchanted lantern. Or if you have Kraken's Fall, head to this spot, which is also at the very top of the island, and once you're here, dig in front of the big tree to find the sarcophagus. Then open it up and grab the enchanted lantern. Now checking your book again, and if you head to the 5th page and look towards the very bottom, it will tell you the island you should be at for the next step. This next step will either be at Kraken's Fall or Old Faithful Isle. What you're going to be doing now is finding the 3 chests and 3 keys, which will free the souls of the 3 men shown in your book. I'll now show all the locations for Kraken's Fall, so if you have Old Faithful Isle, skip ahead to that. You can find the first chest on the northwestern side by some Kraken bones. When you're here, pull out your lantern and it will show the skeleton bearing the chest. So if you just dig where he's digging, you'll be able to find it. The second chest is located at this spot, and if you head right next to the water and pull out your lantern, you can find the skeleton bearing it right here. So just dig where he is digging. And the third chest is located on the east side at this spot. And again, pulling out your lantern, you can find it pretty easily, and then just dig where he is digging. Now on to find the 3 keys. If you head near the top of Kraken's Fall and use your lantern, you can find a cannon where a skeleton is shooting the key off into the water. So what you want to do is just line up the cannon to match his, and then launch yourself off into the water. If you lined it up correctly, you should eventually see a shine in the water where you can find the key. To find the second key, head to this spot on the lower parts of the island, where walking down this path will lead you to find a skeleton in a cage. All you have to do is pull the lever on the side and then just grab the key from its hands. And to find the last key, head to this spot, which is just above the pond, where you can find this skeleton tossing the key into the water below. If you jump off, you can find it basically directly under you. Now that you have all the chests and keys, once you open them up and free the souls, the final step is to head to the Ferryman using the best method you know, and once you talk to him, it will conclude the Tall Tale. Now if you had Old Faithful Isle, here is where you can find the 3 chests and 3 keys. Starting with the first chest, you can find it here if you head to this spot on the northwestern side, and once you're here, pulling out the lantern will reveal the skeleton bearing the chest. So all you have to do is just dig where he's digging. The second chest can be found at this spot on the north side, or if you head between these trees here, and with your lantern you can find another skeleton, and just dig where he is standing. And the third chest can be found at this spot, where if you walk towards the corner by the rocks, you can find the last skeleton, and once again just dig where he is digging. Now on to the keys. The first one can be found here at the top of the island. Heading towards the cannon with your lantern will reveal a skeleton shooting the key off into the water. So all you have to do is just line the cannon up to match his, and then launch yourself off into the water. If you did it correctly, you should eventually see a shimmer in the water, and you could then find the key. The second key can be found here on the west side, where you can find a cage hanging with a skeleton holding the key. All you have to do is just pull the lever on the side, which will lower the cage and allowing you to grab the key. The last key can be found here on the northeast side, where if you use the lantern, you can find the skeleton on top of this wooden structure. It is shown that he is throwing the key into the water, so if you just jump straight below, you can find the key. Now that you have all the chests and keys, open them up and release the souls. The final step is just to go to the Ferryman, so with whatever method of your choosing, head there, and once you talk to him, it will conclude the Tall Tale. Now to fully complete all the commendations, you'll have to do this 5 times in total, and also find the 5 journals once. So here is where you can find the journals. This one is nice because all 5 journals are here on Old Faithful Isle. The first journal can be found at this spot on the under part of the island, where if you head down to this cave area, you can find the journal right here on the side. The second journal can be found at this spot, which is at the very top of the island. So once you're here, head on top of the big stone, where you can find the journal next to a skeleton. The third journal can be found at this spot on the far west side, where you can find it on the eye of some Kraken bones. The fourth journal can be found at this spot on the west side, and next to a bunch of skulls you can find the journal on the side. And the fifth and final journal can be found at this spot, where you'll want to head across the wooden bridge, and on the back side you'll find the journal here. And that is all for the Fate of the Morningstar Telltale. I hope this guide was helpful, and thanks so much for watching.